This is a special edition of the Morning Swim Show. I'm your host, Peter Bush. It is a very sad day in the swimming community. World champion breaststroker Alexander Dale Oen died suddenly in Flagstaff Monday night while at training camp with his Norwegian teammates. Last week, Swimming World TV's Jeff Commings traveled to Flagstaff and spoke with Dale Oen in what we believe was his final interview.
I'm here with world champion Dale Oen here in Flagstaff, training for a couple weeks here with altitude training. Alex, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, very welcome. Nice to be here.
So tell us how training's been going here in Flagstaff.
It's been going fairly good. We came here almost 2 weeks ago. We got a week left, doing some pretty decent progress. So yeah, it's been very good.
Is this your first time in Flagstaff?
This is my 10th time in Flagstaff.
10th time?
Yeah. I spent almost a year here now, so I'm almost competing with Norway. So I think he's been over 2 years here. So 10 months is enough for me right now.
Yeah, I guess you could probably, if you've been here 10 times, you could probably buy an apartment here. Timeshare, you could.
No, I don't like it that much.
Well, what do you like about coming here to train in Flagstaff?
The pool is good. Being around campus is very good, and it's a small, cozy city. You know, it has all the things you need, and you're able to focus very good on training. So that's all we need, and it's it's very good compared to Sierra Nevada in Spain, which is on top of the mountain. You know, it's nobody speaks English, no cinemas, no nothing. You know, so it's very isolated compared to Flagstaff.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, this is a big year. Training is going to be really important for the Olympics. Let's go back to World Championships last year, 2011, 58-71. First time world champion. Obviously, there was a lot of other things going on outside the pool with the mass murders in Norway. How did all of that affect how you performed in Shanghai?
It was very difficult. It was very difficult. 2 days ahead of the final, 3 days ahead of the final, the massacre happened back home, and it just shook the country. We're only 4-5 million people, so it's and we're really not used to anything like this. It never happened before. This is actually the terrible. You know, it was just the city of Oslo was just empty the days after. Nobody was there. Everybody's just consolating each other. You know, making each other feel better, and a lot of people lost their loved ones. You know, all of them who got killed there was kids. You know, it was terrible, and but we were. I used the situation to try to make something good out of it. So I thought to myself, okay, maybe if I do a good race, maybe 1% of the morning people will feel a little bit more happy about it. If not, that's okay. As long as 1 or 2 people will feel better, that would be good enough for me. So that's why I try to do my best, and it went pretty good.
So when you touched the wall, saw you got first, what was going through your mind?
Right now, I can't really remember because it was so emotional. I was very, it was just a roller coaster. You were happy and then you were sad because of things that happened back home. So it was, it's very hard to remember right now. It was like a void right then and there. But I remember I was very happy, of course, for the victory, and especially for the time was very good. So I was happy about that.
Well, I remember watching the race and just, it just seemed like everything, just take everything that was going on outside of the pool out of it. It just seemed like you were just swimming out of your mind. It was one of those races where it seemed like everything just seemed to be connected to each other. I mean, it seemed like the perfect race. I mean, do you feel that way? Were there things you thought, well, if I'd done that better?
No, definitely not a perfect race. Definitely not. There's so much things I can improve in that race, and it's not even close to my potential. I definitely feel that myself. So I truly know that, last year I broke my hip. I was gone, for swimming for 4 months. So coming back into the pool, I just want to do my best, and it worked really good. I switched coaches last year. You know, it worked pretty good, and I trained very close to the Olympic Center in Norway, which has a great support team. So everything just connected, and it was really good.
And this year you're dealing with another injury, I understand. You're dealing with your shoulder injury. How's that holding up for you?
Yeah, now it's going better. I had a neuritis infection and brachialis plexus and Achilles nerve going onto the arm, so I was gone for 3 months out of the pool. Definitely makes me a challenger this year, and I like to see myself as that in that way too. So for me, I just think it's a positive experience. Of course, you know, I would rather be in the pool for 3 months, but then again, you know, I thought about, you know, other stuff, and thought about swimming techniques and stuff like that. So it's not all that bad.
Right. So, like you said, you're going into the Olympics, you feel, as a challenger, even though you were the world champion. Have you been keeping up with what your competitors have been doing this year, or do you kind of block all that out?
Actually, I never. I never do it on purpose, but I never watch any races. I never watch any news sites. It doesn't really interest me that much, really. I'm not trying to be, you know, arrogant or ignorant, but it's just I'm doing the job in the pool, and when I'm not in the pool, I want to do something else and be with friends and focus on everything else. So it's not like I'm on job 24 hours a day.
Well, let's give people a little bit idea of your background. You know, Norway isn't really known for swimming. You know, everybody thinks of Norway, they think skiing and, you know,
Yeah.
going out and swimming and boating in the ocean. How did you get involved with swimming?
Actually, I'm from an island outside the city of Bergen, which is located on the west coast. And first I started out with football, soccer for Americans, and that was my first sport. You know, I enjoyed doing it, but I was more comfortable in the water. I was fairly tall, and you know, I had long arms and legs, so swimming felt really natural to me. And then we started swimming more and more, and my local club got shut down, so my mother and father needed to drive 50 kilometers each way to practice, you know. So that was a bit of a challenge, and then I moved into the city, able to train more closer to a different pool, and we had a 4-lane until the Olympics Beijing. I trained in a 4-lane 25-meter pool, 0.5 in one end and 1.5 in the other end. So that was, and we were averaging 8 persons in each lane. So it was. We don't really have the same facilities as the rest of the world. I don't even have a 50-meter pool in Norway. It's we have 5 spread around the country,
right?
But 4 of them are closed right now.
Well, how do you make that work, knowing that you have such limited resources?
I think what we try to do is we try to exploit everything that we have. You know, we try to do it as good as we can in the pool, out of the pool, do the dry land, do the running, we do everything that we can do as best as we can, and that is, we think about it as our advantage and not as a disadvantage. So that is more of a mindset than it is handicap.
Right. Well, how did you, when did you realize that there was Olympic potential in your swimming?
I don't know. It's when I was 11, I said I wanted to go to Olympics. And in Norway, you know, go to Summer Olympics, and being a swimmer, it's not really that often that happens. Right. But 7 years later, I qualified for Olympics in Athens. I was 18 or 19 or something, and I remember I was so disappointed because I got 21st first place, and I was the 4th fastest on the first 50, and I was doing 102 when I came into the wall, so that was not really that good, and was not feeling happy about it. And I said to myself, okay, if I want to do this, let's do it proper, let's do it more. And you know, went up till the age of 17 and a half. You know, I didn't really train that much. I trained maybe six times a week. That was it. And I just increased a lot from 17 to 18, and from 18 to 9 and 20. So it's just the last maybe 7 years of my life I've been training really serious, and the way we're training now.
Interesting. It's very interesting. And now, obviously, I mean, there's kind of no looking back. I mean, do you look back on your performance in Beijing, where you got the silver medal in the 100 breast? You win as the top seed into the final. You were the first Norwegian swimmer to win a medal of any kind at the Olympics. I would imagine it was, kind of bittersweet. You were happy that you won a medal. You probably would have wished you had gold. And I imagine that's also fueling you this year as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's Beijing was a great experience, and I knew that there was going to be a lot of good fast racing from Kitajima, and I thought Brendan Hansen was going to be faster back then. He's probably going to be faster this year since he's doing a comeback, so I need to watch out for him, of course. But I was happy about the silver, of course. It was the first medal ever in swimming in Norway for Olympic Games, but of course I would rather have the gold. That says itself. But I lost to a great athlete. And Kitajima Kosuke is definitely one of the most inspiring swimmers I know of, and he's definitely the person who has pushed me the most of, swimming-wise, making me train harder and make me go faster. So I have a lot to thank for as well, not just be better.
Right. So looking ahead to the Olympics, what meets do you have going on between now and then? I understand you're not going to European Championships?
I'm not going to Europeans. I'm just doing the Monte Carlo Marnostrand meet, and that's it. And we're doing nationals 3 weeks ahead of Olympic Games. So it's going to be. I hoped on doing more races this year, but with injury and that kind of stuff, I just wanted to be in good shape when I race and try to do some fast swimming.
Well, you're only 26. Do you think you'll continue swimming after London, or will this be it?
No, I think I definitely will. I want to go to Rio. Definitely, and the coach says I'm going to continue to 2024, but I'm not so sure about that.
You could be the Dara Torres of the Olympics by then.
Yeah, that would be great. But I think first thing is Rio. First thing is London, then Rio, and we'll see after that.
Well, it's just looking at you in the pool. It looks like everything's going well, and I can't imagine we won't be seeing you on the medal stand and hopefully at the top. But
Thank you.
It's well, whether you know it or not, I know you don't keep track. There's a lot of great competition out there. I imagine
Definitely.
Whether you maybe know who that is or not, I mean, I would imagine every day you get up and you get in the water, you swim, you do your dry land. I would imagine you're thinking,
yeah,
they're
definitely.
out there.
It's there's nothing left to. I need to do it as good as I possibly can to beat Cameron and Fabio Scozzoli. Brendan Hansen, of course, is probably going to be really fast. Kitajima is always fast, always a really hard competition to beat. And you have a lot of other guys as well. So nothing comes sailing by itself. You need to do a really hard job, and I'm definitely ready to do that.
Well, we're looking forward to that final 100 breast, Alex. Thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck with the rest of your training and the rest of the summer.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Dale Oen family today. Alexander was just 26 years old.